Anxiety and depression is something that virtually every single human being on the planet has dealt with at some point in their life. These are fundamental psychological patterns that, if we are not careful, can end up creeping into the daily experience of our lives. I was in this dark place myself at one time. I was suicidal. I had a plan to kill myself. I was depressed for a number of years, and I felt very clearly that I was stuck. I thought I had no options. I thought I could do it myself. I thought I could handle this myself. The problem is I arrived at the very false conclusion that the only way to actually handle this would be to end my life. So don't think that I'm taking this lightly. I am so intimately familiar with the dark spaces that the mind can take you to, and I am experienced in helping guide people out of those places into a new life of joy and exhilaration and passion. We have a lot of cultural beliefs about anxiety and depression that keep us from actually being able to truly help individuals fully rehabilitate and eliminate their issue, even though that option is available to them. If we want to actually be able to equip our children and our coworkers and our teammates and our partners with the skills that they need to actually be able to enter life and navigate through life powerfully, then we need to have a new conversation that is not grounded in forfeiting our personal responsibility to address these issues. We have a culture in which we seek to label and diagnose individuals for what are actually temporary, fully changeable psychological patterns. We're telling people that they are broken, and that is not true. And therefore, they find it very difficult to actually fix themselves down the line. And it becomes a very difficult thing to shift when you believe that your depression or your anxiety is a part of who you are. So the best way to look at it is this. If you're a depressed or anxious person, it means that you actually have a series of subconscious patterns that have been running and stacking up over a period of months, weeks, or potentially years or even decades for a lot of people. And the reason why you feel stuck, the reason why you're not actually getting the experience of life that you actually deserve and desire, is because what you don't understand is anxiety and depression are temporary, changeable psychological patterns. Eventually, your subconscious mind can be rewired so it can serve the goals of your conscious mind. The problem is that what you've always done up to this point has gotten you the results that you have right now. And if you actually want to shift things, if you want to turn things around, if you actually want to reverse this situation, you're going to have to do things differently than you've done up to this point. You can literally shape and design every aspect of your entire life that you want once you actually understand the mechanics of the subconscious mind and how it affects your behavior. You will actually be able to master this process for yourself for the rest of your life. You will permanently increase your emotional fitness and be able to know that you never have to live in fear again of losing control with depression or anxiety. Our society has not been fully exposed to the actual simple strategies that are needed to actually turn these things around. And that's why I'm calling on us to have a new conversation about mental health. For us to have a new, elevated conversation that understands that it is within our responsibility and within our power to shift these processes of depression and anxiety, that these things can actually be cured in a short period of time naturally for the vast majority of people. That's what I want to communicate.